Okay, what's going on, YouTube? So, I was just about to take the Rustler out and run it. I had an issue before we left last time with that little guy in there. That grub screw had stripped out the shaft that goes through the slipper clutch. So I took it home, made some adjustments, thought I had everything good, but second I hit the trigger, it just started spinning. So we actually replaced two parts, part number 6888 and part number 6893. This time brought them with me as well as some tools, and yeah, we came prepared today. So we'll put you down for a quick second and then we'll get a running video in. Did move around the wiring just a little bit so we could take out some of that slack, and yeah, remounted the ESC to make it a little straighter, and we'll see how she runs today. Okay, take two. So we had two critical fails this morning. First critical fail is we thought we solved the problem of the noise the other day by adjusting the piece on the end of the slipper clutch there. Thought that was going to do it. Apparently not. So it came out here today, started the video up, and we had the knocking noise again. Took it out, put in a new one, still knocking. Okay, so that was critical fail number one. Critical fail number two, bring it to the hobby shop. Guy at the hobby shop says, hey, yeah, it's the diff, you're ringing pinion. Okay, no problem, makes sense. So I bought an extra one anyway, even though I had one at home, and about to put it in, get the thing opened up, and the diff casing was actually pretty jacked up. All the screws had just destroyed the inside of the diff casing there. So had to run back to the hobby shop, pick up a new diff casing, put it all back together, found the gear that was all messed up, and we're good to go. Oop, tumble wumble. Anyway, we all seem to be good now. Out here today, Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL, and we're gonna have a good time with it. Actually had a good recommendation by a gentleman named Micron RC, I believe is his name. He was saying to stop the pulling to adjust my toe in on the front. I've done so, and I think we're okay. Actually forgot to bring my wrench with me to adjust that. It's like the right side's a little long. But anyway, seems to be a little bit better. Just dialing in the steering trim a little bit, and I think it's much better. I think that was a great recommendation, Micron. Thank you. Seems like all is well so far. Oh, she's running much better now. No clicking. Actually, really nice and quiet right now. Even the gear mesh that I said is pretty good. I pat myself on the back for that one. Now the car will probably explode now that I said that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tumble wumble. Okay, I don't know how much of the battery we wasted this afternoon going back and forth and turning it on and off, but we're at 11.6 on the battery right now, and we're at 109 on the motor. I'm still deciding if I want to put this motor and ESC combo in the Slash as well. It's definitely a beast on here, but Slash is a different type of car, different type of running. So I don't know, I'm happy with it where it's at. This would make it a beast just like this car. What do you guys think? Still working on finding a nice balance with the TSM on this car. Let's see, let me turn it up just a little bit. That might have been too much. There we go. Let's try that. Tumble wumble. Back on the feet. Absolutely loving this car. Just a total beast. If I got to replace a couple of dollar part here and there every 4 or 5 runs, I could deal with that. I'm happy with the performance of it. That's a price I'd be willing to pay. Now, $80 on tires every few runs. That's a price that I'm not willing to pay. Hence the reason why this car lives its life on dirt and grass nowadays, and no longer concrete like it used to. Concrete will just eat up tires with the speed and this power on concrete. I'll probably keep a set of stock Traxxas tires in reserve just for running this car on concrete. But, I mean, it's going to see 99% of its life on grass, and probably 80% of that 99 will be here on this particular grass. Oh, 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 oh. So I got a clear body on order for this car. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about that wheelie bar. Do I take it off and just rock the regular back bumper? Still going to get some of that damage from the wing hitting the ground, but I don't know if it's going to be as much as with the wheelie bar, because when it lands on the wheelie bar actually gets stuck underneath the body, and that's what causes the damage. So I don't know, that's a tough call. Oh, got something stuck in the wheel there. Huh! Holy crap. Well, that's because I never turned down those brakes. Good God. Well, how many cars can do that? I hope that was caught on film. Let me go see. Okay, so that was the end of battery pack number 1. We're on battery pack number 2. So far, so good. Let's hope it stays that way. I don't want to have 2 diffs in one day. So, anyway, here we go. Just having a bit of fun on the Rustler today. Nothing too crazy. Haven't really changed anything too major. Alright, had some junk stuck in the tire there. Scared myself for a second. It's a very familiar clicking noise. I don't know, took out the stick, ran it in some circles. All seems well. Oh, Tumblewumble. Whew. I did not mean to do that. Looks like she's okay. Yep, all seems well. Alright, well, all seems well for now. We're at about 132 on the motor, and we're about 11.7 on the battery. Oh, we're almost through the second battery. So guys, what color do you think I should paint the next body? We go with the same blue that we did for the Vortec and for the Slash? Or do we go with something different? Oh, too much throttle. So we're hovering right around the 135, 132 range. Seems to be staying right around there with the amount of throttle that I'm giving it and the amount of brakes I'm giving it in between. Not really much of a brake, but I am letting off the throttle here and there, so it is getting somewhat of a relief. But yeah, we're hovering right around the 130 range for my particular running today, which I'm okay with. Anything below 140, these speeds makes me a seriously happy camper. I don't even know if it's so much the speed as it is the torque. Look at that from an endo. All because of them brakes. When I get home, I gotta remember to adjust that. Looks like we're going for a walk. It's pretty funny. Now this car's got me in panic mode with the rear diff. I keep thinking I'm hearing clicking or grinding coming from there, but it's usually just a stick caught in one of the tires, or even the tires themselves just skipping over the ground. It's like the third or fourth time now I've had a little bit of a panic mode. Oh no, I did it again! But turns out it's just the dirt over there that it was running on. Looks like it was raked, and it was slipping through the rake marks and sounded just like a little clicking in there. But it seems like all is well. Hopefully this will hold up for at least 4 or 5 runs. Don't want to have to replace it every 2 or 3. 4 or 5 would be acceptable. 2 or 3 not so much. These are supposed to last 6 months to a year. I could see us blowing through one at least once a month. I do run my RCs. I'll try to at least once a day. So they get a lot of exercise. Not too sure if I'm an average person as far as the amount of running I do, but I would assume that it's above average. And think that the average person would be out there every day with it. But hey, who knows? Maybe I'm just a normal guy like everybody else. It's probably the most likely. What's that called? Occam's razor? Most likely explanation is usually the correct one. The normal old guy. Oh. That was a horrible takeoff. Alright. Well, battery's almost done here. Probably got a couple more minutes in her. Glad we actually got her out today. It's definitely my favorite car to run. I do not like when she's out of commission. always like to be able to just pick this car up and take it out, as it is the most entertaining for me to drive around. So I like to be able to just grab it whenever I want. Whoop, brakes. Note to self, turn down brakes this time, dummy. Up and over. Oh, and that's low voltage cut off. That's the end of battery number 2. Anyway, I'm sure you guys are getting bored of this car. I, on the other hand, am not. It's been the Traxxas Rustler 4x4. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.